This is Answer Meditation, and you're tuning in to Sandy Daily.
Natural beauty.
The original 3 C's, the Black Carrie Bradshaw.
Listen.
You want the gossip? You want the information? The news? The real talk?
You such a
You are now tuning into the Daily Grind with me, Sandy Daly. Let's go, baby. Good afternoon, good day, good morning. And as I said, it's morning somewhere. All right. So we're here today. We've got a big show, and I only do big things. We've got the amazing Stacey Brown here today with me. And then I also have the amazing people all over the world, right? Amazing JonFX is going to be here. But you know what? I just want to say we have been doing so well, and we're so thankful that you have been watching the show. And as I said, as of Monday, we started having shows on Monday as well. So it's going to be Mondays at 9 p.m., as well as Wednesdays at 9 p.m., and as well as Saturdays at 6 p.m. So you can't ever miss us. Okay. And I sometimes also do like live shows that I actually repeat. But let's not talk about that. We're talking about what's happening tonight. Today I have the amazing Stacey Brown. She is a life coach. I actually met her recently. I thought to myself, this lady has to come on my show. She is beautiful. Besides the fact that I only have beautiful women on the show, but the fact is she's knowledgeable, and she's a life coach and also a spiritual healer. And in this time when things are going so wrong with everything and everybody, including myself, right? This is why I'm here and I talk to you guys. I wanted to have somebody that could actually help us and get us some answers, give us some answers. So we've got the amazing Stacey Brown with me here tonight. Stacey, welcome to the show. I wanted to just say hi. How are you? You're all the way, and I know you're not in Canada. So tell me where you are.
I am located in the States. I'm in Maryland.
Nice. Beautiful. So the thing is, okay, for us here in Canada, it's looking still like winter. What's the weather there like, Stacey? I want to be jealous.
It's really fluctuated. We've had days that feel like summer's on the horizon, and then we've had some days that have been really cold and have reminded me of being in the UK.
And this is what we're having today here in Canada, right? So, but for me, as I said, I found you and I said to myself, I wanted to talk to this lady because you know what? I don't know about you, Stacey, but I feel sometimes as if to say things are just not going right, right? And I wanted to talk to somebody who could actually give us some answers, give me some answers, and help my listeners, help my viewers, figure stuff out. So I wanted to talk to you. So Stacey, you know, when you talk to folks that you help, that you encourage, advice, what do you find the main problems to be right now? And obviously, I don't want to hear names and all that stuff, but what do you think people are most concerned about right now in their lives?
So I think the thing that people struggle with the most, and they don't realize they're struggling with it, is loving themselves. I think there's a really big challenge in the world today with people knowing how to show up for themselves and love themselves and care for themselves. And that reflects in the relationships they have. It reflects in the dynamics that they have in their work life, how they feel valued. And I have seen it be a consistent problem across the board. And it's something that people aren't taught. So how do they know? How do they know how to love themselves? And so it's a journey that I've taken people on, whether they're going through divorce, whether they're going through a job challenge. I have helped people navigate this circumstance through several different life situations. And it's been powerful.
Right. And I can imagine so. And definitely, I think you hit the nail on the head. I think the first thing that one has to learn to do is to learn to love themselves. Correct. And so when you don't do that, when you don't know how to love yourself, when you don't know what love looks like, right, you tend to accept many things that you should not. Now, how would you say the best way to go about trying to love yourself is? What's the best advice that you could give to somebody?
So I think that it starts with what we do in our daily routine and how we're taking care of ourselves. What are you doing day to day to show up for yourself? How are you navigating the time that you have in a day? Are you constantly worried about other people? Are you making self-care a priority? Those things are really, really important. And so I tell people to start with a couple of basic things in their daily routine
Right.
to start making themselves a priority. I
And I'm
believe,
taking notes. I'm taking notes, Stacey. So go ahead. What should I start doing?
okay, I love mirror work. I think
Right.
mirror work is a very powerful practice when you look yourself in the eyes in the mirror and say, I love you, I forgive you,
Oh,
thank you. Those can be powerful statements when you're making eye contact. I believe there's so much power in silence and being still. So I tell people to take 10 minutes of silence a day. And if you can do it out in nature, even better.
right.
And then finally, I believe in the power of writing. I believe there's so much power in the written word and the connection that we have with ourselves when we journal. So I also believe that that's a powerful practice that people really need to get tapped into because it gets you thinking about how you're actually feeling about things instead of just
Right.
moving through them.
I love that. So, you spoke about mirroring. Okay. So give me, and you kind of delved into it a little bit, but just give me a little bit more. What exactly does that look like? Getting up every single morning, saying those words. Is it every other day? Is it when you feel like? Is it when you feel the need to? When which one should one be doing that?
I tell people to get in the habit the way they do when they go to the bathroom. Like you're standing there washing your hands anyway.
Yeah.
So there's no excuse to say I'm too busy. You're already in the mirror. And so I encourage people in that space, that's multiple times a day where you can
Right.
be honoring yourself and reminding yourself that you're loved.
Yeah.
And it's a really uncomfortable practice in the beginning, and a lot of people resist it, but it is very powerful.
I can see that. I can truly see that. I'm going to start doing that because there's a lot of things, we all go through things in life, right? Including myself. And so what you have just suggested in terms of saying, hey, what, I forgive myself, and maybe perhaps I shouldn't beat myself up for that decision or this decision, or what can I do moving forward now to make a better decision for myself, right? I think that's a great example of
Mhm.
how one can start loving themselves. Now, how difficult is it, do you believe, for one to get from that stage of, say, not loving themselves to becoming in love with yourself? Is it like a difficult process, you believe, or do you believe that the steps that you've just encouraged and outlined could perhaps help others and some who have not gotten to that stage as yet?
I think it depends on the circumstances with the person. If you have inner child wounds that haven't been addressed,
Right.
that can hold you back from becoming the person that you want to be. If you're holding on to stuff from the past that's no longer serving you, if you are struggling to forgive or to be forgiven, all of those things can be challenges in falling in love with yourself. And so I really believe it depends on the individual and what they've been through and what they've experienced, whether or not they're able to navigate it in a simple way. Sometimes it takes deeper work. And that's
Right.
one of the things that I really love doing with people. And my journey all began with my son not knowing how to love himself. And it inspired me on this journey. And I have found myself finding all different people on the spectrum of loving themselves. Some
Right.
people, they really are challenged by the things they've been through, and it makes it a little bit harder. But I do believe that it's possible for anyone to take this journey to fall in love with yourself and to better the relationship you have with yourself.
Right. And I think doing so, you definitely will better the relationships that you have with others as well, because that love will transcend not only to yourself, but it should spill out to others as well too. So we're so grateful that you said that. Right after this interview and after this show, I'm going to be writing some notes down, Stacey. Trust me, sending it out to folks, including myself, emailing myself saying, hey, Sandy, I forgive you for certain things, and emailing it to others too, because I believe that once you forgive yourself and forgive others, you're so much more easier. It's easier for you to move on, right? And
Mhm.
forgive that situation. So thank you for that. If you see me writing away on Instagram, none's coming to you, but just, definitely I'm going to be sending folks out. Now, where can folks find you on Instagram, on Facebook, through email? How can they reach out to you and get some of the great advice that you've actually just given. And we'd love to have you back on the show if you're welcome to that. I think it's a great idea that some great ideas that you just gave out.
Of course, yeah. So I would say if you want to know more about my journey and what inspired me to help people on their healing journey, I would start there because there's a lot of tips in that space. And I wrote a book.
Yes.
And the book is called Journey to Soul Center, Discovering the Gift of Surrender. And it's available on Amazon and Audible. So I would say if you want to know me, I would start there.
Right.
And then if you want to have a conversation with me or work with me, reach out to me through Instagram, or you can reach out to me through my email, staceylbrown555@gmail.com.
Perfect. Can I have the name of that book again, please?
Yes. Journey to Soul Center.
Yes.
Discovering the Gift of Surrender.
And I will put that up after the show. Make sure that I'll put that up on my page as well too, and put it up after the show as well. I'll get the link from Amazon and put that up so that folks can actually grab that book. Stacey, thank you so very much. Thanks for your patience. You're a darling. To be on the safe side. And I look forward to perhaps, because as we go along this life and this life's journey, you never know when you're going to have a need to have folks again. And I think it'd be nice to have you back on ever so often just to talk about what's happening, how folks are feeling, and how they can best deal with what is in front of them. So thank you so very much, Stacey. Any last words before you leave?
Oh, no, I'm just thrilled to be here and I'm here to serve. So if I can help anybody on their journey to healing, please reach out.
Thank you so very much. I appreciate it. Bye, honey. Take care. Have a great Saturday and enjoy Maryland. Okay.
Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome. And of course, that was Miss Stacey Brown. She is a life coach. She's a spiritual healer. She's just an all-around lady. So make sure that you go check us out. Okay. Now we have another big guest and a person who is not an all-around lady, but he's an all-around man. I've got the Mr. JonFX himself in the building. He's coming to talk to us today about this. And I'm going to bring him up right now because you know what? We've been wanting to talk to him for such a long time. John, look at you. All in the hazy mood. I like it. The blue. What's happening back there?
I'm in my studio.
Oh, there you go.
You want a brighter light? I can turn on a brighter light.
If you could, just there he goes. I love it. JonFX is running off. There you go. I love it. Thank you so very much. John, how are you? Thank you. My name is Sandy. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having me here.
Oh, you're so welcome. So I really do appreciate the fact that you've come on because you are a busy man. You are a busy man. And this, ladies and gentlemen, this is Grammy nominated Mr. Platinum artist and producer himself, Mr. JonFX, who's actually worked with and been responsible for some major things. So, John, for the folks who don't know, just let the folks know who you really are.
Well, first, Stacey, thank you for having me at the Daily Grind. Today's my birthday, so it's a
Oh, yes, and that's the other thing. Happy birthday.
Yes, thank you. I just finished speaking to some kids because normally on a day like this, I clock out and I'm just done. And I was like, let me serve today. Let me be a vessel.
Right?
So it was wonderful because one of the gems that I leave with the children is about the mind.
Yes.
So for me to hear Stacey mention, I was just telling that woman, Louise Hay is a good book to listen to because Louise Hay speaks of the mirror talk.
Right.
In the mirror. I teach that also. So it was so enlightening to hear it. Just hear it. I was like, wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah, she was great. Yeah, it's really good. We need to have these conversations, and this is why we do the show. But, John, now to you. You have been such a busy man. So, first of all, let me sing. I'm not going to sing a happy birthday because nobody wants to hear that. Okay? Trust me. But I'm telling you, you have been the man around town, and you have been responsible for some big things. So, let the folks know exactly some of the things. Because I know you have a song now called Out There Rude Boy. And
nice one. Yeah.
Right?
The first song I put out as an artist. So the thing is, folks, I've been here in the industry for quite some time. I'm 42 today. I've been producing since I was maybe like 14. Well, I've been a musician since 14. I've been producing since 19. Officially when I moved to New York with the Gun Session. So let me run through it quickly. Gun Session, Vybz Kartel's biggest remix, international record. It's the record Gun Session. He opened the New York show with the song. That's how big it is. You know what I mean? That's one.
Right.
The remix is the first thing my hands was on. He called my name in the intro too. He says Obsession FX. Gun Session. Look, we make
right.
So that was one. It was a remix. After that, I got the opportunity from VP. I produced an album with I Win called The Book of Life. The single was The Book of Life, which I produced. And I also did Egyptian's single on that album called I Can Feel Your Pain. I Can Feel Your Pain. So reggae
Right.
people know that. And then 2 years after that, this Hold You became a big smash. I produced 10 songs on the album, the Egyptian
Wow.
Hold You album, including the follow-up single, Nah Let Go. Right after that, a bunch of other records, Sizzla, a bunch of records.
Sizzler, yeah, Akon. You've worked with the big,
Yeah,
big guy, Egyptian, Vibes
yeah,
Cartel, and my kid, my son, Ex
yeah,
Testacio.
I was getting there. That's one of the plaques back here. That's a
Right.
diamond plaque back there.
My 11-year-old loved loves that, so I knew how to
This is
pronounce
the
it.
studio where he was at. He was sitting right here beside me.
Really? Now you're gonna give me props because when I tell my son that I spoke to the person who produced and worked with him,
Yeah,
he's gonna look at me
yeah.
as a
Let me
mother.
show him this quickly.
Yeah, oh, he's off, and that of course is Mr. John FX.
The new plaque
Right?
that just
Oh
came
my
in.
God,
Next Natasha. That's the new one.
there, amazing.
That
So
one just came in.
yes, so I'm telling you, you're gonna make me look like a cool mother because my son loves that.
Yeah,
First,
I'll send you all the pictures too, and I'll send you the videos in here we're recording.
please
So,
send them to. I'm gonna
yeah,
hold you to the world
yeah.
has heard that you just said that.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to you right away. So
Okay,
what it
thank,
is,
so you've been doing a lot of things, right? And these people, what is the feeling when you work with so many different artists and stuff like that?
so I remember it's a thing I tell people you should let the divine almighty guide your assignments. So I thought I was
Yes,
gonna be a preacher, I thought I was gonna be an attorney, I thought I was gonna be a public speaker, motivational speaker, blah blah blah. But it's just that the role that was available for me, it was the music. So sometimes you want to be a CEO or a king or something, but sometimes the janitor work is what's available. So
right,
the work that was available for me was to provide this vibration that we call music, but also to teach people about the mind and how to get it done. So most of the people that I get, they are considered to be difficult to work with. They're not
right,
easy to work with. But then I have this personality. They're like, oh yeah, let's do it again. One more time. Let's take another take. All right, let's take a break. And even when I'm annoyed, you won't see it. You know what I mean? So
right,
they'll recognize that, oh, this guy's making an effort to work with me. So they start making an effort too. You know what I mean? And the more accolades you have, I can have the ego. Like I can not show up and I could be like, yo, what's up, man? Look at my plaques. Look at that's diamond. You got that? I could do that. And I'm like, nah, scrap all of that. Just be cool. You know what I
right,
mean? So what happens working with them now, it's a new challenge. I'm thinking it's maybe the same thing a scientist feels when you got a new formula to work on. This is
yeah,
a new formula, it's a new person, new sound, new behavior, and you're like, how do I make this one now? And then it just start flowing. And I tell people, if you're doing what you're gifted at doing, you'll be
yeah,
golden. Only trick with that is there's a time when your gift is not in style to make money yet. So years ago in the 1800s, musicians were just broke. For
yes,
years, the struggling musician, that those words went hand in hand.
right,
In my time, no, producers come around and they start making money in the 90s and the 80s and
yes,
stuff. A producer becomes a thing that people want to become. But for a while, it was something we did for a long time, seeing nothing at all.
see nothing,
It
right,
was just fun
exactly.
for me, and I was just so a bunch of guitars over here, piano and stuff. And
Right,
yeah,
right,
really gifted at it, and I stuck with it. As I was
yeah,
teaching the kids earlier today at the library, I was saying, you find a seed, you watch it, the one seed. Not
yeah,
real estate today, not barbershop tomorrow, not doing credit the next day, not selling cars, not just
just
find the
stick
one
with it.
seed. Yeah, give it 7 years.
Yes, I love that. I
Right.
love that. And sometimes, and you
Survive
touched
this level.
yeah, you touched on something that was so important because a lot of times we think where we're going to end up. For me, it was social work, which I
Yeah.
still love, right? But it's not happening. And this is, you understand what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you have just kind of hit it on the head. You kind of follow the path that where it's taking you, right? For some reason,
Yes.
this is where it's opening up. And I love doing this. So I totally understand what you're saying. So for you now, you've got this big tune, Rude Boy. Tell us a little bit about that.
So the rude boy, it's so crazy. So those are nostalgia of Jamaica from the 60s, 70s, 50s, 60s, 70s. So I did the album after we got nominated on the Grammys. Congrats to Soldier. A lot of Jamaicans were upset. Oh, this white band. They did a really good album, mixed by a good colleague of mine on the Grammy board, Nico. He's a
Right,
Jamaican, but people think he's a white boy. I think he's white, but he's Jamaican.
right,
So he did a really good album with them. and the Grammy rules state that it must be 75% real reggae recordings.
Oh,
Reggae
okay.
in the world of white people is not what we think. It's tunk, tunk, that's reggae in the
Right.
world of the world. They consider everything is to be a sub of it. Dancehall, this, dancehall trap, whatever you want to call reggaeton is all the sub of it. I was like, let me make a real reggae album and see what that would do. So I made this album as a demo. So Rude Boy, I think, was supposed to be sung by maybe one of the Marleys or somebody. I wanted
Right.
it's an album called Vintage Reggae that I did. Rude Boy is just one song from it. I did 9 tracks. If I could have this girl, but Cinderella, just for other artists to sing, because I wanted to be Burt Bacharach of reggae
Right.
music, where I write all these songs, I demo them, and you just learn them. When I started it, I send them out. People to sing. They took too long to get back to me. A DJ in Boston said to me, "Yo, just release it." He's like, "You sure me singing it myself?" He's like, "You release it." This is a family come true, Rude Boy. Stepping out the club. I'm not a great vocalist.
Right.
Anyway, who's a great vocalist? And I put it on
Right.
to the video and I see it moving. Yeah, I see Vice Carter posted on his page. Thanks, World Music News helped to make that happen.
I
And
love it.
okay, let me just rock with
There
it.
you are, right? You're
Yeah,
just following it. You
yeah.
just
And it's the original. There's no samples. No, I didn't take it from anything. It just feel like something of the time. I've seen Bruno Mars do it with his pop music.
yes.
Yeah, I should do it with reggae because I can do it all day long. I have another one, a full 70s album of
Yeah.
me singing again, and I have an 80s one too. So it's something that I was like, let me just keep rocking with it. It's flowing, people liking it.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Well, we definitely love it. It is a good tune, and we're gonna play it right now. Once again, do not. I don't try to like mess up people's song because I really just do the bogle to it. But
But she say from you come through, stepping at the club too. Was up with a big screw. Them could no mad figure this you. She say from you come through, all up in a curfew. Better mind what them approach you. Never let it cause a straight rule. And every time a week I'd run way, bad boy. I'm gonna try make the people set away, bad boy. I tell us say bad man I go straight, bad boy. When them knock it all the street I give my way.
oh, you gotta play, go play. It's okay. Just do a live thing. That's okay.
From here come true, rude boy. Stepping at the club too, rude boy. I pose up with that big screw, rude boy. They could no mad figure this you, rude boy. And anytime a week I'd run way, bad boy. And gun chat make the people set away, bad boy. I tell you say bad man I go straight, bad boy. You see say from here come true, rude boy. Stepping at the club too.
I love that. I mean, my God, please, thank you. Please come back and play some more. Now, the thing is, you are such a personality, and this is nice because I like the fact that you seem to, some folks are malleable, you know what I mean? And so you can change and be adaptable to different folks that you have met and different artists that you have to work with because you actually just stated you have to deal with different personalities. How difficult is that for you? When you're working with artists to have to like go along with their personality or kind of switch it up a bit just to kind of get what you need out of that.
So the rude boy right there.
Yeah.
I grew up in Portmore. I spent a whole lot of time in Waterhouse. That's where they shoot shutters. Because the
Right.
church that I play, my dad's a minister. My mom used to live across the street. My whole family from Waterhouse. So people get killed for simple little stupid things. You know what I mean? Not saying I'm sorry. You know what I mean? Stupid things. So in my mind, any discrepancy can end to violence. And I try to avoid it at all costs. And again, it's not because I'm scared. I come from a whole house of gangsters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't want them to see me upset because I'm not going to be the problem. It's the person that's going to have the problem.
Right.
So even in the day-to-day actions, I try not to have problems with people. They don't know that me being calm is just me not wanting to have a problem because of them, not for me.
Not for you.
Them, I don't want to have the problem because of what I know that's there.
Right.
And
Exactly.
help me. And they're waiting for somebody to have an issue. So what I do, I keep whatever issue, I don't care what it is. Can we work this out? You know what I mean? Quickly.
I love that.
You know what
I
I mean?
love that.
So
I love that.
So when the
So-
person comes, a lot of
Yeah.
people they borderline conflicts as something that you must have all the time.
Right.
Wait, professionally in high school. You know what I mean? Top debate class, and we learn how to argue without being rude.
Of
You know what I mean?
course.
Yeah, without even raising your voice. Well, I disagree with that. I'm opponent, and I just think that you're talking verbiage is trash, really, and nicely. You know what I mean? So
Nicely.
yeah. So what I've
Well,
learned is to mold yourself in the personality and reggae music. Remember, I do pop, I do rock, I do jazz. It
yeah,
it requires different personality. You have the drug culture too. I don't take drugs. You know what I
yeah.
mean? But you have people that I'm working with them, they're high as a kite and I have to be pretending like I understand what they're saying.
So
But we,
you have to be adaptable to that. Now the thing is, we're so grateful that you came on today, and I know, as I said, it's your birthday, so we don't want to like keep you to. I know you have to enjoy yourself. So where are you right now, and how can I know that folks you're having something big? Just kind of let folks know
yes.
what is happening.
So tomorrow I have a record label launch and slash birthday party at the Blue Martini at the Galleria Mall in Sawgrass. There, all the way east Sunrise in Fort Lauderdale.
Right,
Um, and it's me launching a record label. The label is it's a Motown style label.
right, nice,
So we're, work a lot of big name artists, but we're taking young talent, new people, old people that never got a chance, and we're molding you, we're teaching you the music industry, and we're giving you a chance at getting a record, making a hit. You know, what I mean, promoting you also. That's one of the big things that people don't do today. They
right,
can't afford it. They don't know. We do it here. You know, what I mean, we'll promote you. At least the world can see you. You know, and then we take it from there. So tomorrow the
exactly.
launching of that. I have many projects unreleased. I have a determined album on its way out. I have another JonFX project. I have a bunch of Sizzler, a bunch of Egyptian projects just sitting here waiting. I have a Goya Menor, the guy that did, you want to bamba? And TikTok.
I know.
No.
That's the same thing. So we're gonna look forward to all of that, and I'm gonna say thank you so very much, John FX, for coming on the show. That your energy is just electric. You are a superstar. Your smile
Thank you.
is
Thank
bright. Continue to smile bright. Continue to shine brightly, and good luck with your label and everything else that you're doing. So thank you so very much, and
you.
just say bye to your the
Bye
folks
bye.
that are
And
watching.
then, and then also I have to big up my team,
Yes,
the team Terrell,
yes.
over here. We have Adam, he's a business partner of mine too. We got Empress, also we got Lai Ling, attorney, and the whole squad, anyone I forget, Chantel, what I mean, everybody big up, what I mean, and thank you for making this thing happen.
Oh, I
Thank
love it. Thank you so very much. I'm sure I will see you someday very soon. John
you.
FX,
Yes.
thank you, Hans.
Thank you.
Bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you. And
Thank
thank you for the playing of the guitar, the impromptu. I love it. All right. Thank you. And that, of course, was John FX. And so I want to thank Stacey Brown and John FX for coming on the show today. I will see you guys once again on Monday. This has been the Daily Grind with Sandy Daly. And I want to just say bye bye and thank you so very much. Have a great Saturday.